Today we are going to talk about the big changes coming to Princess with the big announcement that they made yesterday about the Sun Princess and how I think it's going to affect our experience moving forward on Princess. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips, and today is Friday already. It is June 16th of 2023, and yesterday Princess Cruises released some more details about the brand new Sun Princess. Now, the Sun Princess is going to be a brand new Oasis class ship to Princess. If you're not familiar with that, it is their very first ship in this class and different than anything we have seen with Princess before. The inaugurals for that ship are going to be on February 8th of 2024, and it's going to be from Barcelona to Rome, and I'm going to definitely be on that cruise, and I am really looking forward to it. I have looked forward to it ever since that they announced that they were doing a new ship, especially a brand new class of ship, and really I have been kind of holding my breath to see how it turned out, and I will admit I am wrong about a couple of things. So let me tell you, first of all, and the thing that I am wrong about is the course that they are charting with this new ship and the things that they are doing differently. So let me tell you what the new additions are and how they are tweaking that experience on Princess. And then we have a lot to talk about with this, and I want to hear from all of you about it. I don't think this is bad. I don't think it's good. I just think it is what it is. And I think that it's just a new course for Princess, and they're choosing which direction they are going in the cruise industry. So first of all, the big deal that was announced is that Park 19, the whole area that they are going to have on the top decks of the ship, decks 19, 20, and 21, that is a big recreation area basically. And so along with having that on those decks, there are several different activities that they have that we have not had on Princess before, and a couple of things that aren't changing. So to begin with, the really big deal that they are talking about is the sea breeze. The sea breeze is kind of like when I saw that they just have kind of the digital conception in their little video release about what it's going to be like. It reminds me an awful lot of the Zipline that I have seen on Norwegian Cruise Line. In my mind, I think I saw Emma do it in one of her videos. I was trying to remember where I had seen it, and the only difference is I think, and I would love it if any of you have been on that or can tell me, I think that one is a true zip line. It does not have power to it. Well, the Sea Breeze does have power, and what you do is you get on it and it kind of glides you out so that you get these really beautiful views that you would not get in any other way. You sit on this thing and it's powered, so it guides you along the track around the edge of part of the ship, not the whole ship, but you get these beautiful views. It goes up to 11 miles an hour, if you can believe it, and it takes about 60 to 90 seconds to do the whole ride. The thing that I think is cool about it, since they're doing it, is that it is ADA handicap accessible. Love that. So anyway, that is a big thing. That is really new. Number two that they are going to do, they are going to have like a rock climbing wall. They're calling it the coastal climb. And what you do is you climb up from deck 20 up to 19 to 20, and then once you get up there, then you are able to go to a lookout and see the highest place to view everything, not only on the ship, but also, in the ocean or the port that you're in. So that rock climbing wall is also new. And as I mentioned, you're going to be able to go to a higher deck there to be able to see it's like an observation deck where you can see all the way around. So once you do that rock climbing wall, you get up there and you can go to the lookout, see all these amazing views. And it kind of reminds me of, I want to say it's deck 19 when you're on one of the Princess ships where you go up and then, beautiful views up there. So it's kind of cool that they'll still have that. And then they also have another thing. It's called the net. It's harnessed above deck 19 so that your guests are challenged to go across unstable bridges, a Z-shaped balance beam, and climb cargo nets as well. So that's another activity that we have not seen before. They have the Infinite Horizon, which is kind of interesting. It's like having tilted walls that are glass, and so it makes it so that you can see out. It says that it makes it so that you can see down to deck 9 and beyond. So I'm guessing that they're kind of looking at that like another way to get interesting views and just kind of a different way to do it. It'll be interesting to see that in action, I guess. It'll be interesting to see it in action when we're on the ship. And I know that I generally that's not my bag when I'm cruising, and it doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's just not generally what I would do, but I am going to go see it when I'm on the inaugural and kind of tell you about it and what to expect. They also are going to have a hammock area, a splash zone area, which is fun for little children. I think it has pop jets and a beautiful water sculpture that offers a nice area of a place to relax and everything. And truly, when I heard about the pop jets, I thought of little children. I really like how on the Caribbean Princess they've got that little area. If you happen to bring small children with you, it's a nice little splashing and playing area for them. This is different. Like, that's not like it is on the Caribbean Princess, but I do like that they have a fun little place if you have little children with you and they want to have a little area to play in. So I don't know if that's what Princess had in mind, but that's what I thought of when I heard of the little splash zone area. Not that older people can't go there. I think people of any age can go there. They're also going to have the recreational court, which is something that Princess, their other ships has had. It makes it so that you've got, your ping pong and your shuffleboard. You've got that area in there where people can play different games. There's an area you can do fitness classes. They did not mention having a basketball court area, but I am hoping that they still have that because I know that a lot of people like that. But it's just that hole, and you know how it has like the high walls around it so you don't lose your ball into the ocean if you're playing. They're still going to have that, and then they are also going to have the walking track like we are accustomed. Most ships have a walking track, and they always post a little sign that tells you how many times you have to go around to equal a mile. And on the Sun Princess, that is going to be 6.7 times around that track is going to be 1 mile. And I always think that the walking track there's always really nice views there. So when Gordon and I go there, we just keep an eye out in case we're walking slower than anyone else or if somebody wants to go jogging by. But that is also a really nice thing. So I'm glad to see that they kept that. Now, another change that I think is really different, and this is different to me, so I want to hear from you, and maybe it's just the way that it is worded in the press release, but I have read I've read like every news story I could find about this. And they're going to have what they call the Firefly Park. And it's going to be for the youngest guests on Princess. So anyone who is from 6 months old clear up to 7 years old and their families can come there to explore, play, and socialize. The really interesting thing to me with that is it says the family center is also a place where people can drop off their children, and they're going to have art projects, things to play together, all of these things. The thing that I really find interesting is they have this area that is a place where people with children from 6 months to 7 years old, the families can come, but it's also a drop-off place. Now, I know historically, like with Princess and the other cruise lines with their children's programs, they are really careful. When you drop off your child, you sign them in, you sign them out, and they are careful with who is in there at the same time with the children so that they don't have to worry about any liability of anyone unsafe being with the children. That's a really big deal. And so it surprises me that you're going to be having it so that you would drop off your children in the same area that other adults are going to be. And so I'm not crazy about that, to be quite frank. I think of when I had little children, I wouldn't have just wanted to drop them off and leave them with a bunch of strange people that I don't know what their background is. And so I don't know about that. So let me know what you think about that. And then in addition to that, they are going to do a place called the Neon Grove and the Underground. So the Neon Grove is more for the tween age children, so that would probably be from your children who are 8 up to, it doesn't have I couldn't find the age breakdown on that. And then the Underground area more for your teenagers, and there they're going to have it looks like they're going to have Nintendo, air hockey, foosball, skee ball, programs to do fun things together, dance parties, it says, and scavenger hunts events and all sorts of things. And I think that will be really fun for the kids that age. I think it'll provide them with something to do when things are a little bit boring otherwise on the ship, nothing else that they want to do, and it'll be fun for them to have someone their age to play with. So I think that's great. And the cruise ships all already have that. The funnest I have ever seen kids having doing a scavenger hunt was last year when I was on the Koningsdam. There were teenagers doing a scavenger hunt, and they were so just like cute and fun. It was fun to see them ask crew members, like, do you have whatever it was that they're looking for? Can you tell us where to find it? And the children were having a really nice time together. So I think that there's a lot of potential there. And so I hope that goes well. Now, in addition to that, just a couple of other things I want to tell you right before we get to our discussion is that along with having these additional things is like your rock climbing wall. Oh, and there's like a water slide there too. That wasn't on my list, but in looking at the pictures, I can see that there's a water slide now as well. And that the sea breeze thing, which is like a powered zip line, things like this, it is really a departure from what we're used to with Princess. Another really big difference that we are going to see with the Sun Princess, and this will be on the Star Princess as well, is what they are doing with cabins. So if you are familiar with Princess, we usually have, your regular balcony cabin, and then we have the deluxe balconies on some of the newer ships. Like on your really older ships, they don't have deluxe balconies, but that deluxe balcony gives you a little sofa love seat to sit on in the cabin. So you've got that, and then we've got your mini suites and your suites. And with a reserve collection, then you get to eat in that special area of the main dining room. Well, on the Sun and Star Princesses, this is totally different. They've got 2 levels of that. So they're going to have the signature suites, which is like your penthouse suite, your owner's suite, some signature suites they're calling it, and the sky suite. And that is going to give you access to like the signature dining room, the signature lounge, and a special area on the sun deck. They call it like the signature sun deck. So think of what you have seen like with the Haven with Norwegian. It doesn't look as big as like the retreat is with Celebrity, not quite that level, but certainly respectable. So you get your own lounge area if you are in one of those signature suites. Then they also have the Reserve Collection suites and mini suites. No, not mini suites. They also have their Reserve Collection mini suites and cabana suites. So I have been dying to see the real cabana mini suites that have the cabana lounge, the cabana deck with it, and there's still no real pictures of that yet, but there are a few more artist renderings out there of that. So with that Reserve Collection, you are not going to just be eating in a separate area of the main dining room like we have seen up until now. You are going to have that reserved dining room that you're going to be eating in, and then it also just it points out that you're going to get the premier locations of mini suites on the ship, as well as other amenities as they call it. And if you book that cabana mini suite, then you get access to the cabana deck there. Those cabana mini suites are on deck 9, if you were wondering about that. And when you look at those cabana mini suites, you've got like you come in your door, and then you've got, like we are used to seeing, like the bathroom area, and then you come to the bed, then you come to the sofa, and then there's just this little enclosed area. And in the artist renderings, they've just got this little chaise lounge looking thing there as an area to lounge. So there's a door. And it looks like it's maybe I don't know if there's a door between that and the sofa, to be quite frank. There's a threshold, and then you've got, it looks like a door between that and the balcony, and then you go out to a smaller balcony. Looks like the balcony is smaller because of that extra little area that they put in there, which is what I guess turns it into a cabana. But I still have not seen how that works with the cabana deck going around. I don't know. So that was another thing I'm really looking forward to seeing when they release more information about the ship, or when I get to be on the ship. It'll be fun to see. So I just wanted to, and then after that, you've got your premium deluxe balconies and your deluxe balconies. There are no regular balconies as we think of. All of the balconies on the Sun and Star Princesses are going to have the sofa in the cabin, and then we've got, your interiors and everything. So with that and all those changes that we think about, clearly things are changing. Now here, I'm going to tell you what I was wrong about, and I want to hear what all of you think. So as we have been hearing and seeing some of the beautiful pictures on above the Sun Princess, and then it was a big deal when they released a couple not too long ago about the Star Princess. In my mind, I thought that maybe Princess was going to be trying to align themselves a little bit more with celebrity. Celebrity, of course, has I would say just pretty much almost rebranded themselves as, they like to call it, relaxed luxury. It is very much a nicer experience overall on their ships. They really are trying to, and do, for the most part, I think, an excellent job of taking service to the next level, of taking the experience to the next level. And that, in my mind, was somehow what I was thinking that Princess was going to be trying to do. Princess, and I was wrong. To me, Princess has had this really amazing niche. You need to find your niche and then do your best you can with it to be successful. And they had this really amazing niche that they seem to be walking away from. The really interesting thing is, in my mind, and tell me what you all thought, okay, because this is a discussion here. I always thought that they had this really unique position because they were not quite as quiet and traditional as Holland America was. They didn't have your Waterslides, your Ziplines, all that kind of stuff that we saw on your Royal Caribbeans, on your Norwegians, and they had a very, but a wonderful cruise experience, amazing itineraries overall. I think Princess does a really good job with our itineraries because you would have these people that wanted that experience, wanting to go to all these places, and then also the Princess experience that we are so used to on board the ships. So when they introduced that new Sun Princess, I thought, oh, they're just going to try to take it up a level to be a little bit closer to celebrity. They're going to chase that, that relaxed luxury and everything that goes with it. I mean, you look at their pictures that they have released so far of like that dome area that they've got. They say it's like a pool area by day, and by night it's a venue for shows. That to me, it just reminds me a lot of Eden. Yep, it is different, but it is similar in a way. The Eden that is on like the Edge class ships. I think of it on like the Celebrity Beyond. It's so beautiful, but it's a lovely place to relax during the day. But then in the evening, they have shows there and everything. Well, with this announcement, Princess is clearly not doing that. They are aligning themselves more. They want to be much more similar to the Royal Caribbean and to the Norwegian. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just different than what I expected. And as I think about that, there are some things that go through my mind, and I would really like to know what goes through your mind with this. So am I still going to cruise on Princess? Absolutely. But there are a few things that go through my mind with these changes that I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to in the future. However, it's really interesting to me, a couple of people already who have been so kind to book a Princess cruise with me have already sent me an email that are going on the Sun Princess wanting to verify that indeed, double check that deposit is refundable, which it is. When you book a refundable deposit, you get a refundable deposit. And so the reason I say that is non-refundable deposits are, you can book that on Princess now with a non-refundable. You save a little bit of money, that deposit is non-refundable from Princess. So, and that's a change as well. We should talk about that one day soon. But back to where we were, they are wondering, because that's not the experience that they want. They don't want to go on a ship that has water slides and all of that. So it's really interesting to me. I'm still going to go. I want to go see it. I'm excited to go see it. And I'll just have to see what they continue to offer as things go on. But that was a really big surprise to me. So was it a big surprise to you? Alrighty. I was just, expecting different. So there's that. And if you wanted a water slide on the ship and a zip line, here you go. And Princess, I think, is an excellent option for that. That I've enjoyed Princess cruises so far. And so if you want to give Princess a try and take your family or you that enjoy those kind of things, this is great. So like I want to make it really clear that I don't think it's wrong. There's just all of these experiences people are looking for when they're on a cruise ship. And really my job as a travel agent is to help you find what it is that you're looking for and to help you have the best best time, the most rewarding experience, make the best memories while you're on a cruise. So that's why I think about these things so much. And when I think about the inaugural cruises that we will be going on with the Sun Princess and the Star Princess, I am also really interested to see what the difference is between the inaugural cruise on those ships and the inaugural cruise that I was fortunate enough to be able to go on with the Celebrity Beyond. I am thinking that they're probably going to be quite different, but I think that's going to be a really interesting distinction as well. And that's probably in my head while I think of comparing those two, because the Celebrity Beyond is the only inaugural that I have been on thus far, but also how much I had expected them to be trying to be a little bit, head the direction of Celebrity rather than head the direction of your Royal Caribbean and your Norwegian. Just really interesting. So that's going to be another fun thing to see. So in addition to having that on board and how it is going to change the overall vibe of the cruise and the overall, in the long run, it is, and probably the short run, it is going to change the demographic a little bit. Every Princess cruise I have ever been on, there are children on board. I think children are wonderful. In Alaska, there's always a lot. In the summertime, there's always a lot because school is out. But they don't have, I shouldn't say they don't have. This last year on spring break, everyone, there were lots and lots of children on board. So I don't think that Princess doesn't have a lot of children on board. They do. But this, I think, will make it even more. You're going to have more families coming that want to have those amenities on board as far as your water slide and all of that. So that's going to change things. One thing, though, that I'm thinking about, I'm truly wondering, when you have a ship like that, and you think of taking her to Europe, I am wondering in the long run if these bigger ships are going to stay in the Caribbean a little bit more. I know that, for example, the Edge is sailing in Europe right now with Celebrity. It's a big ship, but it doesn't have the water slides and everything. Remember when Wonder of the Seas with Royal Caribbean came out and they did part of their inaugural there over in Europe, because that's where they make the ships, build them, and then they have come over here and pretty much stayed over here for the most part ever since then. It's because the Caribbean is an amazing place. So many people like to cruise there, and it's a really good place to fill up a ship that size and have those amenities on board. So I am wondering in the long run if that is going to affect the itineraries that Princess runs. We still have a lot of life left in the ships that Princess has, like your Caribbean Princess, your Island, your Crown, your Grand, Ruby, all of these smaller ships, and then we've got the Royal class ships. There's still lots of years for those. So I am not thinking, well, now everything has changed, but I'm going to be really interested to see how the overall change affects the cruise experience on these ships. I think a little bit, we are already seeing a little bit of that. I don't think it's only due to the economy that we don't have fine dining on Princess anymore. I talked about that in a video the other day, how things have changed. If you want fine dining, that you don't even have that on a Princess ship. But I don't feel like some of the others don't have fine dining either. Although some of the like the Blue Restaurant on Royal Caribbean is pretty nice. It's very nice. I know people that have been on that and just it's extraordinary. So it's going to be really fun to see what they bring as far as restaurants on the Sun Princess and the Star Princess, if they remedy that a little bit or if they're just going to stay where they are. The Crown Grill is often good, Sabatini's is often good, but that's not really fine dining. And so it's very good and it's nice, but there's a distinction there. So I'm just really looking forward. So tell me what you think that the differences are going to be. The other thing, if you are someone that you're wanting to go somewhere and you don't want to have any of that on board, I really do think if you're looking at the large cruise lines, you're going to be looking at Holland America and you're going to be looking at Celebrity. It makes me think to myself, who do I want to get loyalty on next and how soon do I want to do that? So that's like a distinction there, of course, because I think in the very long run, I will probably move away from Princess a little bit as they retire those older ships and just stick with these newer ones, because I do enjoy a more traditional cruise experience. But it's going to be really fun to see. Maybe I'll go on the Sun and the Star Princess and just think, this is my new thing. So it's hard to talk about when we haven't been, but I'm definitely thinking about it. And I want to know what all of you are thinking about it as well. Alrighty. We do have a very small group going on the Sun Princess inaugural cruise and our Star Princess inaugural cruise. We're booking on that. Not a huge group. Huge groups aren't my goal. I just would like really nice Let's Go family members who would like to come with us to come. I think it'll be a wonderful experience to see all that together, to talk about it, and really, truly to experience it. So if you are interested in that, just send me an email and I'm delighted to help you. If you haven't subscribed to our videos, our channel, would you please go ahead and subscribe? I am firm in my belief that we need to have you all here with us because we have our Let's Go Travel Tips Facebook group. If you do Facebook, come and join us there. People share so much information, and so that's my little segue here into what I wanted to, yesterday in our Facebook group, Eric, he has a channel called Exploring with Eric. So if you would like to follow, definitely go subscribe to his channel and give him some support. But he was not happy with these changes. He has loved Princess the way it has been, and he is sad to see that direction. And truthfully, I'm a little bit sad to see it too. I think they had a remarkable niche and they are deciding to leave it. So I'll admit I'm a little bit disappointed. As I've said here a million times, I don't work for Princess, but I have thoroughly enjoyed cruising on them so many times. So I hope that that doesn't change, and we'll just see. But that's another really good place to talk about everything. But definitely put it in the comments, and so that we can all have a conversation about it, and we'll go from there. Now, this is just a quick add-on I want to add. I get so many emails asking me about if you need a wheelchair at embarkation or disembarkation on a cruise, do they supply that? Yes, the cruise lines do. The best way to do it is add it to your booking before you go on your cruise, and you can either do that by calling the cruise line, or you can have your travel agent do it for you. And then when you arrive for embarkation, just let the workers there know that you have a wheelchair reserved, and they'll take good care of you and make sure that everything goes smoothly for you. And the same with disembarkation. Like I know on Princess that they will usually have like a dining room or a location, a lounge, whatever, where they have people that need the wheelchair assist to come, and then they will help you disembark using a wheelchair. I felt like that was really important to put on here because we have so many people cruising here in the summertime to Alaska and just all over the world. You know what? One other thing that I do want to say about the change with Princess, and this kind of goes with the itineraries a little bit, is to me, Princess has always been very much about the destination. And if you watched a lot of their marketing videos from before COVID, they were always about the destination, having a wonderful time on board, but where you were going was so very important. And it didn't matter if you were going somewhere in the Caribbean or if you were going somewhere far, far away, like the Arctic, up to the top of Norway there in the Arctic Circle, or if you were going to the Mediterranean. It was very much about the destination. And as we see the changes on the new ships, I hope that we don't lose that. I'm a little bit wondering how that is going to go. So we'll keep our eye out. So just so much to think about. So thank you very much for joining me today. You all are remarkable. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being with us. Tell your friends that enjoy cruising on Princess all about our channel, and we'd love to have them with us as well as you. So I'll be talking to, and you know what? If you enjoyed this video, would you please give it a thumbs up, because that really helps us out as well. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.